13. When was the last time you cried? Last time I cried. Florida. Florida. Despite what people put on social media, including myself, the valleys exist for everyone. Uncertainty exists for everyone, including myself, where I've had moments, even recently, in terms of the last couple months, the last year, where even was lacking hope, was lacking direction, was lacking, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my life? Even knowing what I desired most, I still had fear. I still had to overcome the fear of going after what I said I desired. And so with that fear, often there will be sensations of hopelessness. I'm like, nigga, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know how to approach this situation. I don't know how to make money. I don't know how to try. All of those questions and those doubts have arisen in the last several months, in the last year. So I never want to give the impression that, oh, Ray's just preaching to the masses and you can do exactly what I did and you can be anything you want to do and you can be the next Andrew Tate and you can live this life of a king. I'm not here to preach to anyone. I'm here to encourage people that, yeah, if you just keep trying, if you keep pursuing, if you set your goals high enough, you might wake up one day achieving them. And through wisdom, you lower the probability of failing. You don't eliminate the possibility of failing or the probability of failing. You just increase your probability of getting closer and closer to what you actually desire. And so, yeah, I'm grateful for the tears. Well, one thing I'm jealous of from women or about women is that women get to cry often, sometimes for no reason. Sometimes they just wake up and they don't know whether it might be, the time of the month, leading up or what have you. But women get to cry. And I think it's why a lot of women are so resilient and they're able to deal with so much foolishness. It may be due to their own doing or due to certain situations and circumstances. But I think it's why a lot of women are, in a lot of cases, a lot more resilient than a lot of men. Hence, the suicide rates and what have you and the discrepancy there is that women cry and they get to release pressure. They get to release pressure. Turns out men have tear ducts as well. And men, if you're willing to, I'm not saying do it in front of your woman. I'm not saying do it in front of your woman. I would argue that vulnerability is best reserved for those you aren't attracted to. I'll say it again. I would argue that vulnerability is best reserved for those you aren't attracted to. Aren't attracted to. I cry in front of men because men will roast you, but then men will say, all right, get your ass up, and now what? Did you think we were just going to sit here and hug you and just let you quit on yourself? I cried in basic training. I cried in tech school. I cried at my first duty station. I cried at my next duty station. I cried while I was deployed. I cried in Alaska. I cried at the Pentagon. I cried. Not in front of everybody. You won't see it on film. You won't see me posting it and glorifying, oh, look at Ray's tear ducts, operating in full capacity. No. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm proud of my tears and what have you, but I know that it serves a function. It definitely serves a function and releases pressure. I always felt better after I cried. And so again, I'm not telling men to just go sit in front of your wife and just commence. Go sit in front of your children and just commence, because they're looking up to you for guidance and direction and ambition and discipline and consistency. They're watching you. My family's watching me. If I came over here and just started wilding out, my family's watching me. I got a younger brother who's watching me. I'm sure he has expectations of, all right, my older brother teaches and studies wisdom, and he's supposed to be this guy who's obsessed with wisdom. But yet when he gets out of supervision's eyesight, he just starts wilding out. He just starts wilding out. I can't set the example. I can't do it. And so, yeah, don't be afraid of crying. Just use wisdom when you do so. Because there are consequences, unfortunately. For men, at least. There are consequences to crying.